Over the past year on this YouTube channel, I've had conversations with some of the greatest pickleball minds on the planet. I mean, check out this list of names right here. This is an absurd amount of pickleball knowledge, and there's over 172 gold medals on the PPA Tour across this group. Now, after I looked at the analytics for each one of these videos, I was able to find the #1 moment that resonated most with you. So I took those moments, I put them into this video, and what you're about to watch is a masterclass in pickleball strategy. So starting it off is Anna Leigh Waters and her mom and coach, Leigh Waters.
I think you need to look at your partner because, like Anna Leigh said, you need to know if this person's going to speed it up. And in that scenario that just happened, Anna Leigh is correct. We were both moving because we were over, the ball was over here, then the ball got shifted. So we're both moving. I made the decision last minute to stay middle because I'm thinking that's the high part of the net. I'm going to give him a little bit of line and I'm going to take the chance that he's coming down the middle. And then he was lucky enough. I
wouldn't use that word.
But if Anna Leigh weren't looking at Kyle and knowing that he was going to speed up, she has to be ready because let's say that he sped it up where I thought he was going to across the body. My ball is coming right back at her at a very hard pace.
Or here where you're not,
or I'm gonna have, or here. But if she doesn't know that he's gonna speed up the ball and he speeds it up here, she's gonna be taken aback in a big way if I counter that ball at her. Whereas if you speed the ball up down the line at me and I'm able to counter, that ball's coming back at you, but she still has to be ready just in case. She might know you're speeding it up, but she probably doesn't know exactly where it's going. So she's gotta, okay, he's speeding up, now I gotta be ready for the counter.
What are we as the being attacked players, how do we approach this? Because so many people, we had a question like inside of our school, our community, that was like, I start to have this like reflex, I freak out, I back up, I panic, they're coming at me, the bangers, you know? What's the approach to that so we can get better at that?
So I think it's a couple of different things. One, if you're a player who just kind of stands on the line like a Gabe Tardio, who like you can speed it up and he's just gonna like know where, like be able to hit it. Yeah. He's not really backing up or necessarily moving his feet a ton. But me personally, like my feet are like always moving. Yeah. I'm never just like standing here waiting for somebody to like speed it up. Yeah. If I can tell you've hit like a little bit of a high dink, I'm gonna take a step back and like be ready for the speed up. And if you've hit a high dink there, I'm probably gonna set up here or be ready for this.
If I hit one like to
my mom's line.
To her forehand, here goes Zach. It's like right here.
Yeah, like right there, because it's way harder for her to speed up here than it is here. So you always want to be ready for the shot that's easier to make. And I think one of the main things is just moving your feet and constantly like, you've hit a good dink. All right, now I'm on the line. I've hit a bad dink. I'm going to take one step off the line. And I'm not saying like run all the way back here if you've hit a little bit of a high dink. I'm just saying one step, be ready. They didn't speed up. Okay, I'm safe. Or they did speed up.
So you would disagree if somebody said you should be standing on the line all the time?
The days of staying on the line are gone. And that's due to the paddles. You could stay on the line before because you couldn't speed up, like Anna Leigh said, you could not speed up from anywhere. But now with the paddles, you kind of can speed up from anywhere if you know what you're doing. And so my comment to an amateur that says, I'm attacked, I don't know what to do, is imagine that every single ball is coming at you as a speed up. You're never surprised that way.
You probably stuck back, if we show the replay right now, you probably stayed back for 5 or 6 balls in a row. I think they were all around shoulder height that I was taking. I didn't see you move court position. And then you moved court position, it seemed like again when the ball was maybe slower trajectory, or like you said, maybe I was caught like trying to speed one up off the bounce. So is there a height that makes you say, I'm gonna stay still? Or is there another height that makes you say, I'm gonna retreat? And is there another height that says, I'm gonna move forward?
So if I'm starting at midcourt and I see if they're hitting anything probably from above chest height, I'm usually going to be backing up a little bit because they can hit that ball down at my feet. But if I see I hit it a little bit shorter and they have to kind of like reach in or lean in for the ball, that's when I start to push forward. And again, if they have an overhead, I'm backing all the way up. Sorry, I'm going all the way back.
Yeah. It feels like when you pop a ball up or your partner pops a ball up, it doesn't really seem like you ever panic. Is that true? Like, are you even when you pop a ball up, are you like, it's okay, I'll get the next one back, I'm gonna be calm? Is that your approach to it? Or?
Yes. So before I play any match, I make sure I warm up a lot of resets. That's probably the main thing because I know I'm going to have to be defending a lot of shots. I think I know I have so many reps in, I've done the drills so many times, especially just like throwing the ball up, that I kind of know what shots they're going to hit and kind of can anticipate it pretty well. Some people only see it in match play, so when they get out there, they kind of freak out. When you're in the middle of the match, you have some nerves too and you don't know what to do and usually don't hit the best shots. But if you can get a lot of reps in and stay calm, you can usually hit a higher quality shot.
Talk to me about your starting position, because in the film you said you prefer to start center, where I actually sit more backhand. backhand. And so I'm more susceptible to somebody hitting me high shoulder or chicken wing. But you're like, no, I start here. Why do you do that?
I just prefer to start out in front. That way I can turn a little bit quicker to either or side. Because if I'm just turning here and someone gets me over here, it's going to take a lot more time to try and twist and swing. It's most likely that they're going to catch me over here. So I'd rather stay in front, wait a second longer, than just be able to turn to either side.
How far away is the paddle from your body? Like if you can look at the side angle, are you like pretty close? Are you farther? I see some people like stand like, not necessarily pros, but you'll see a lot of people stand like this in rec play. How do you think about that?
I think it's just in between. You want to keep your arms pretty loose out here in front. You don't want to be like too stiff out here. You kind of lose a lot of control on the ball, I think. If you're too close, again, it's really tough to swing. So I just try and start out a little bit in front, keep my elbows bent a little bit, and that way it's easier to turn versus if I'm in here, it gets a little bit tougher, right? So just out here, keeping the paddle in front, always split step and then turn to either side.
Even if I try and put it right on that tee, maybe I'll get them sometimes, but I'll drive myself crazy trying to get it onto their backhand if they are really trying to make sure that they hit a forehand.
Okay.
So one thing that always works though, no matter who you play and no matter what their skill set is, if you can hit this ball into the last 3, 4, 5 feet of the court,
yep,
you're gonna keep them back away from the kitchen line. The objective of the serve, in my opinion, is to make your third shot easier.
Yeah.
And so if you can push them far back with your serve, it's gonna make your third shot easier. That's the #1 thing I'm trying to accomplish.
The last time me and Zane played, I think we lost 11-9, 12-10, so this is the game changer.
I thought you had didn't you guys get a game?
No, we lost. It was in 2.
Was it? It was very close.
And actually the next week I took the footage from this match and I uploaded it into Pickleball Vision, which uses AI to analyze matches, which is insane. And they have this really cool feature. It's called the Shot Explorer. And so I can choose myself on player 3 and I can filter any of these shots. And so instead of like uploading footage and having to edit and look at, all my serves, all my returns, every time I hit a speed up, my drops, all of these things, you can just filter it. So I'll click serve here. Okay, and I could even choose from up to 1, 2, or 3 shots before and after the serve. I'll apply that here. Now these are all of my serves. So I can look at what was the depth of my serve, what was the trajectory of my serve, and I don't actually have to watch through hours of footage and then try to skip ahead, edit down. It's all done for you in seconds. It's an insane tool. I use it in my own game to make it more efficient for me to watch film, and I'll encourage you to check it out. There's a link in the description below. Do it, it's insane. You have to check out this technology. Back to the video.
So when you're playing normally against 2 righties, it's good to drop in the middle of the court because you can find somebody's backhand.
Yeah.
But when you're playing against a lefty-righty, the middle of the court is hot per se, meaning there's always going to be a forehand there.
Yeah.
So when I play against a lefty-righty, I actually like to drop the ball out wide,
yeah,
so you're targeting their backhands instead. If we're at the net dinking, and let's say I hit an aggressive dink that way, right?
Yeah.
So I lean in with this forehand here. Usually, if I'm a righty, this is a safe spot because if you get the ball to bounce, I don't really have much offense here. But me as a lefty, when I lean in, I'm able to speed this ball up that normally would never get sped up, and it catches people way off guard.
What is your recommendation for if I get caught off balance playing against a lefty? Like where should I put the ball?
Yeah, so the best spot to go, I think, is instead of here, which is usually good, you want it to be like here, which is a little bit of a gray area where I have to flip to the paddle here.
So you're saying there?
That's the spot.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
That's interesting. I've thought about this for a long time and I've never had like a perfect answer because I've actually thought a lot of times I would go back wide, right? Which is like a harder dink.
Right.
Like being off balance because if he's got a good flick, he can lean in.
Right.
But I've always been kind of scared to go back line.
Right.
Right? Just because I'm like, well, you might earning me. So you're saying is like it's almost in between that spot, maybe towards your left foot.
Right.
Or middle of your stance.
Right.
Go ahead. And so it's here. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, that's the spot.
All right, well, I just learned something. The outside thought is actually, I was trying to think about hitting on the outside of the ball, which is kind of a weird thought, but I think more of what the byproduct for me when I just hit those 2 balls was it actually made me get the ball a little bit farther from my body. Hit me one more. I feel like I'm hitting a lot of drives in general, kind of like this. Like where the ball is almost like,
yep.
If we show the replay of that, the ball's really close to my body. And often I think, tell me if I'm correct in saying this, is like
first, if you look from behind, if you hit your drive, don't even think, hit how you would normally hit your drive.
Okay.
And let's just look at his elbow right here in the shot. Yep, that's literally your drive. That's hilarious. That's good. That's literally how you hit it before. Yeah, we're good. So if we show again from this angle, we'll show the counter example to my drive. Okay.
Now he's just bragging. Gosh, this will be really interesting to.
That was in, by the way.
As we're editing. So I need to get the ball farther from my body. Yes. What you're saying.
I talk about like that contact point on the ball because it's just a little bit. We're talking about the cues right today, so it's a little bit of a mental cue on how to get the ball away from your body. Yeah. Another way to look at it is as soon as the ball comes, I basically want to push away from the ball to create that spacing.
So I want to see that one more time. Can you show me another, like do the push motion? I want to see it from
the ball's coming, I'm pushing to create the spacing. Let's try that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we all should be like doing this dance move.
Yeah, it's literally, yes.
That feels good.
I mean, everything's so relatable to like other sports too, right? Like we're talking swing sports. Imagine like if you're playing baseball and you're just like.
That's a good comparison.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you're hitting with bent arms the whole time, right? Like when you see them at contact, like
they're actually a little more extended.
They're extended out straight. Or a golfer, right? Imagine if they're just, right? No, their arms are like literally.
So argument number 2, or the new strategy.
The drive, followed up by a 5th drop, offers a really nice balance between offense and power and control.
More language you'll hear is like the 3rd, 5th. That's common language that I think higher level players use.
And so when we're talking about a drive drop, I think most people are taught and they think about it as separate entities, as separate shots. And what I want to start teaching and talking about is the 3rd drive into the 5th drop is one move.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So because if we separate them, then we're gonna have, especially in big moments, have this extra pause and time to think, drive, and drop versus just drive, drop. And maybe that drive drops turns into, because they popped it up, drive, drive, right? And so if we're thinking of them separately, we might miss that drive, drive opportunity, right? Because we've kind of hit pause after our drive. So if we connect 3rd and 5th, then we're kind of like exploding through the kitchen with an option to stay aggressive and offensive.
Yeah, the word you talked at the beginning, like offense and control.
Offense and control, and a nice little mix and balance between the power and offense and the control of the drop. So you get both at once.
I hate to say this, but I really like that.
I more or less have Kyle's like template in the back of my mind always as my foundation for decision making. There was one day in the regular season in Major League Pickleball where we played the Carolina Pickleball Club in the morning, that's Ben Johns and Colin Johns, and then we played the New York Hustlers in the second half of the day. JW and I, we prepared mostly for Ben and Colin because we don't have a very good record against them, and then we beat New York 4-0 the day before. And we actually ended up beating the Johns, which we were super pumped about, and then 10 minutes later, we were told we have to go play the New York Hustlers. So we were all kind of frazzled after a big win. Everyone was just not super intentional getting right into it. And for me, I just thought I beat Ben and Colin, like I'm that guy. I'm gonna start flicking balls from below the height of the net, as if these world-class players are not good at pickleball, which they absolutely are. I flicked one from below the height of the net early on, and I kind of got a lucky reflex volley, and we won the point. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this. And then we were down like 10-13. I did it again, got countered straight into my chest. And then at 23 all, I thought I'm gonna be a hero, and I'm gonna do it again. And I did it. Jack Sock countered it once again, screams in my face, and we end up losing. So that was a tough one. And yeah, I guess I wish I had seen this video before that match. While certain shots might work that aren't necessarily high percentage, it still might not be in your best interest to hit them all the time.
So the next 2 teaching points are to make sure you drop your paddle tip more towards the ground, and to make sure you wait longer than you think to contact the ball. It's been a big problem for me. I'm hitting the ball on the rise too much rather than waiting longer for the ball to hit its peak before I make contact with it.
When it goes well, it feels good.
It feels good, right? Yeah. Also, yeah, with that, when you're dropping the paddle face, you can just be a lot more deceptive. If you're constantly like here with your paddle, more horizontal, horizontal. It's like it's a lot, from my angle, it's a lot easier to read.
Yeah.
If we're going cross court and I have my paddle face like this, I mean, right away it looks like I'm going middle or sideline.
Yeah.
And all I'm doing is I can still just carve around the ball and get it cross court.
Okay. What's the footwork like? Do you have a more beginner player who's trying to learn this and they're just focusing on this up here?
Yep.
Talk about the feet for a second.
If you're hitting a little bit more of an aggressive ball to me, I'll probably stay more squared towards the net. I just want to make sure that the ball is staying in between my 2 feet.
So your feet are almost squared to the kitchen line?
Yeah.
But they're like, maybe they're slightly not?
Sometimes
It seems like you're getting to where the ball is going sooner than I am. Like you're like beating the ball there almost.
Yeah, and I'm also, so we actually talked about this the other day, right? Beating the bounce, trying to get set before the ball is bouncing on your side. So I mean, the same thing applies for every shot, really. Like when you're feeding me the ball right away, my paddle face is dropped.
So the moment it hits your paddle, you're...
Yeah, I'm already here, and I'm just adding a follow through.